what's up guys? This is Jesse with Initiate Motorsports back with another video, and today we are going to be cutting up the hood of my drift car G35 Coupe, and so yeah, we're going to walk you through the process on how we do that. So step number one that we tried, we laid down a piece of tape here right through the center of the hood, so we're hoping that's pretty close to center. Now we're just mocking up some of the tape over here. So the whole idea of this is at the last drift event, the car seemed to be heat soaking. It just seemed like it lost power after a couple of runs, and being that you sit in line for so long, I figured trying to find a way to cut out some of the heat that gets built up in there while it's sitting. I've already got an oil cooler, bigger radiator, electric fans, high temp thermostat, so I've pretty much done everything for heat that I can. So this is kind of the last step, and because it's a drift car, I'm not super concerned about it. So we're hopefully going to get some good lines on there, do some flaps, fold them in, make it look cool. There's also a possibility that we cut up the fenders. So I've seen some guys make a cut down here at the bottom and then make a cut on the body line here. That way they can fold this lower part of the fender inwards. It gives the drift car a really cool look, and then you can also kind of yank up on this side of the fender, pull that up a little bit. There's a possibility we do that to the fenders as well. These fenders are already all wrinkly. The hood I painted like a moron. You can see here it doesn't look great as it sits, so I'm not super concerned about doing all this. At some point I still need to get the over fender kit that's going to have a new set of front fenders as well as the fenders that cover up the rear quarter panels. Yeah, as of right now we're just trying to get a basic idea of this, laying tape down to kind of find where these lines are going to go. Yeah, we brought down the straight edge and the level, so hopefully we can kind of mock this up, make it look good with just the tape for now, and then we'll go through and actually measure it all, make sure the lines all line up, everything's good before obviously we cut. Measure twice, cut once.
One big stencil.
That was sick. That was sick.
Oh, brother. Oh, this one weird little fucking anyway.
Also, I figured I'd let you guys know, so I ended up ordering an angle kit for the car a couple days ago, so we'll have that on there for Ozark's April 19th event. Hopefully I can not spin out a million times when I get down there, so I guess we'll see what happens, but I'll be making another video coming up here soon of installing that angle kit and then trying to figure out how to align the car myself in my garage. So
like how much if I cut that gap, the blue gap, just cut and then folded, and then cut and then folded, that space between.
Right, it would be, you're talking about
this, yeah.
Okay.
How much, what's the right space with it folded? Is that's probably too much.
Well, they looked fairly big on the video. I mean, they were chunkers, fucking boom, boom. I feel like 3-4 inches. So yeah, we're just trying to figure out exactly kind of the layout of this. Obviously, we've got the square on there to try to kind of line up the tape, but we've got to figure out how big of a piece we're folding in on each one. It's a little bit trickier than one would assume, being that it's not a flat surface. It's not easy to measure. Then you're doing all these crazy ass cuts. Looks good to me, yeah. I can't see anywhere where it's not straight.
Put a straight edge on it. That's pretty good. At least somewhere to start.
Right, right.
Now, if you can't pull numbers, numbers don't fucking matter if what you're measuring isn't fucking straight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so that's pretty fucking proportionately, pretty symmetrical, square. But at least if we got something to work with, we can square up the rest of it based on.
Right. Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. This fucking hood is...
Well, my big thing too is we're also cutting and bending. I guess that little least of the issues.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about fucking scratches on this hood. Dude, you can see a straight nipple right here of fucking fuck up with the paint, so I'm not super worried about it. Alright, so we measured to get this line right here. That's going to be about 3 inches. We're following the body line right here all the way down. The line up there, that is a perfect distance from the center of the hood, so that'll be a straight up and down line. And then these go straight across the body, got those squared off, so we're going to stack them every couple of inches down here. I think there's going to be 3 inches of fold down, roughly.
Roughly.
So
we'll figure that out right now.
it's coming together. At least we got one side kind of got an idea for it. And we'll flip over and kind of recreate that on this side. This is where it's all going to be cut at. So as you can see here, we'll make cuts. Boom, over, up, and then fold that down. And then there's another fold, another fold, another fold. So there'll be 4 cuts on each side. So again, you can see here, measured a straight line up the center, measured about eyeballing at 3 inches over all the way up on the side. Follow that body line, follow straight down the hood, and then these follow straight across, well, at least most of the way, I think, but we measured them all off of each other, so it should be all square. So we'll cut those in a little bit after we get this side all mocked up. See nothing there. Flex it up. Alright, so it looks like we got this all finished up on the taping and measuring side of things. Just at first glance, it looks like it's pretty symmetrical. Obviously, these blocky pieces of tape aren't going to be there. We're just going to be cutting here, here, and then here. And then we'll be folding those pieces down and in. That hypothetically will allow airflow to come in through the bumper and then escape. In terms of measurements, like I had said, we kind of eyeballed it off of this body line right here. Went about 3 inches over, laid the tape. Obviously, the tape is what, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches?
Probably an
1.25 inch tape. So if you do that math, you're probably looking at about 4.25 in from the line there, the body line. And then we measured center of the car. You can kind of see where that piece of tape was. Measured center there and went 4.25 over from there on both sides. And again, you got 1.25 inches of tape, so about 5.5 inches off the center. And then for these guys, we went about 4 inches in between cuts, so about 5.25 in between each cut. So if you guys are trying to do this yourself, that's kind of what the layout looks like. So now we are to the point we're going to start cutting.
Tape's 1 inch and 3/8.
1 inch and 3/8, making it tricky for us. So yeah, we're going to start cutting this bitch up. But I mean, just from first glance, I mean, it looks cool. Obviously, we're not going to have big, bright, blue, blocky shit all over the hood, but I think it'll look good when it's all cut up. So we're going to start cutting. All right, so we went ahead and put some cardboard in here, propped up the hood with a couple of boards. So really trying to be careful that we don't just submerge the fucking angle grinder in there and start cutting up wires and plenums, intake manifolds, that kind of thing. So we've got it at its final rough draft here.
Fucking sending or mod.
Alright, buddy.
Book it.
Alright, so just looking at the bottom side, you can see here it's starting to cut through the underpiece on the hood. So obviously at the end of this, once we kind of figure out where everything's laid out, we're going to have to go through, cut that whole section of the underside of the hood out, so then we can fold them down and in. So looking at the underside of this, you can see there that it gets pretty close. So trying to take the angle grinder on the bottom side of this, we're kind of concerned about just chopping up the top. But took some shears to it, and there's some spots that
10 snips, buddy.
10 snips, sorry.
Let me take you, that's Milwaukee 10 snips right there, brother.
And it looks like it cut it a little bit easier in these kind of big open spots. Oh shit, it's time.
I don't know, I guess we'll just fucking start going.
Alright, fuck it, alright. Maybe hold up. Maybe we should find some way to hold this hood up a little better.
I have it right there.
Huh?
I have it right there.
No. It's right there. Well, apparently it sticks somewhere up there somewhere. Ah, there we go. Look at that. And apparently they glue that or something. Odd.
Makes sense. They do have vibrations and shit.
Yeah, that's what underneath your hood looks like. Got this side done. You can see a little floppy now. Might need to get some hood pins. Oh, damn. Oh no, it's taking my emission sticker.
Catalyst, what?
Oh no. What am I gonna do? Oh no. Well, there we go. Opened up. Ready to fucking bend them. Alright, so got all of these cut. You can see here.
Let me finish this one real quick.
Going with a razor knife, apparently. And we got all these cut up, so now we just got to start bending them. So we're going to do our best to fucking... Jesus. Get a fucking board on this line of the tape so we can make sure we only bend down in here. So it's going to be a little tricky, but I don't know. He's awfully confident. Alright guys, we're back today. This is the next day. Last night, we ended up trying to bend this one right here, and it ended up just bending the top piece. So today what we're going to do is we're going to cut up some little wood blocks like that, try to mount them on there with some C-clamps to try to make this a much finer bend, just because otherwise these middle pieces are just going to fold up and it's going to look like shit. So I'm waiting for my brother to show up. He's got all the tools for us today.
We're only really fold here at the damn cut lines. This shit is so fucking strong, brother.
Chase.
Oh, no, it'll take care of that hole, bud.
There's a hole?
No.
Damn, that fucking folded it right up. Jesus. Figured out the move here is to put a little etching line underneath at the fold, because that ends up giving you a way better crease up on top versus this one we didn't etch. It's just this kind of rounded roll versus that one is like a nice crease. I forgot to heat it up with paint, so the paint's a little cracked, but drift car, so we don't care. We're gonna get to the next one. Here's to hoping the dick.
Hoping the weather doesn't get fucking too crazy on us for the hour or so it's here. Run in Mom's basement, put all of our dirt bike helmets on.
You can see here there's a couple of them that ended up cracking a little bit, but for the most part, etching the back side of them gave them kind of a nice little crease there. So that's the first side. We still got to do the other one, but
Move it to the middle maybe on this one.
all right, so we have cleaned it up. Took the sanding block in there and just try to smooth out those edges. You can definitely see, I mean, airflow is gonna come through it. It's gonna do its job. Yeah, I mean, this is what the finished project looks like. Not too bad. I mean, looks symmetrical when you stand back and look at it from dead center. I mean, it's right there. All right, I just wanted to say thank you guys for reaching the end of the video. Appreciate you watching. If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me on Instagram at Initiate Motorsports. I'd like to ask you guys to like the video, subscribe, comment if you can. Really helps me out. But I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.